This episode is brought to you by Prime XBT, #1 Bitcoin platform for active traders. So get over to primexbt.com by using the link in the description below and get up to $100 in trading money for your account. primexbt.com. I'm out of here. Holla. It's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. Go Ninja, go! Shout out to my man Aircoins Lee, one of my YouTube premium members. Thanks for the support and thanks for the song requests. I haven't had one from you in a while. Vanilla Ice, Ninja Rap. Wow, this takes me back. This is like some old school stuff right here. I was a young boy when this one came out. I think this is off of the Ninja Turtles soundtrack. Man, show me some love in the comments below if you remember this song right here. What's good, people? Hope you guys are doing well today, and welcome yet to another episode of My Two Satoshis. Today we're going to be looking at something out of the House Democrats' position. They're proposing a crazy idea. I'm not shocked. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not shocked. It's coming from them. What I am shocked is that we must be in very bad situation because you got Republicans acting like Democrats now. You can't even tell the difference. Anyway, House Democrats introduce a plan to pay Americans $2,000 a month until the recovery of the economy from this COVID-19 pandemic. This is insane. This is crazy. We're going to go over this. We're going to talk about how this is going to affect all asset classes. This is where the hyperinflation comes in, people. And this is what I'm talking about. We're going to have a deflationary event or crisis, or some say stagflation, followed by hyperinflation. And that is going to be one of the catalysts to that happening. So we're going to take a look at that. And I'm going to give you my two Satoshis on how you can prepare and benefit from this. This is crazy. This is the end of the road, in my opinion. So A and B crypto, Bitcoin's 2020 halving may not follow the same path as 2012 and 2016, and I've been saying it's not. So far it hasn't been, but we'll take a look at this article and see what they have to say. If you follow the stock to flow model, which some do, there are big proponents of it, some that hate it. The stock to flow model shows that it can be a lag in the price and the stock to flow Bollinger Band, if you want to call it. That's what I call it. But the price could catch up to the stock to flow after the halving, so it could go either way, but we'll take a look at this out of A&B crypto. And then lastly, Ethereum shoots up 10% as institutional investors line up. I'm wondering how they know that institutional investors are lining up. Maybe they'll show that in this article. It looks like it may be from Grayscale. We're going to take a look at that here in a second as well. What does that mean for Ethereum? I told you guys I'm not confident in Ethereum running as intended or running as designed as a smart contract platform or blockchain, right? But like Bitcoin did, and I talked about this in my latest Kicking It session with the gentleman, the first time visitor on my channel. Really good conversation. He started in crypto in 2013 OG, and that video will be out to the public next week. But this could be a situation where we saw with Bitcoin, kind of the role of its function changes over time, and things do change over time. We know that. So Ethereum could be looked at as a safe haven. There's no reason why it couldn't, especially if they're going towards proof of stake, which will kind of cap the inflation on that particular token once that happens, if that ever. I mean, I think it's going to happen, but who knows when. So if you start to have institutional investors look to Ethereum as a kind of a store of value, then that changes the whole game with Ethereum. If the market looks at Ethereum as a smart contract, it's going to be used for that particular function, then no, I don't think Ethereum is going to do well. So we'll see what Grayscale is up to here in today's episode. But before we start, if you guys find these types of videos informative, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. So let's take a look at this heat map. Today we've got Bitcoin up almost 4.5% to $7,013. Ethereum is up 9%, was up 10% earlier, $171. EOS up 7% to $2.64. We've got Tezos up 8%. Algorand is up as well pretty heavily today. Litecoin is up 4.7% to $42.33. And we got Binance up 1.7% to $15.40. But we did see a spike in the overall markets altogether. It was a nice little short squeeze. But I do have to keep you, just kind of understanding where we are with things. They're still lower highs at this point. I'm not saying that won't change, but at this point, there are still lower highs. But at the same time, you could draw a trend line and notice that it did break above this previous trend line that we have here. Now, sure, you could reset the trend line to be here. That's fine. You could do that. You can interpret it either way, in my opinion. So we'll just have to see if we make newer highs from this last high, maybe about 6 or 7 hours ago. So if we get above 71.50, then you should be really eyeing to, maybe put on some longs here at this point. But until then, I'm not convinced in this little surge we've had. Let's take a look at this first article. This is just, I can't believe we're here so fast. Like, I knew we would get to this point in America, in the global economy, but I didn't think it would happen this fast. And it would the only thing that could make it move this fast, and the catalyst behind us moving to this direction where we're printing money, helicopter money every month to citizens, is a scenario where you have a pandemic, right? So House Democrats, this is out of Business Insider, says that they are introducing a plan to pay Americans $2,000 a month until economy recovers from COVID-19. The interesting thing about this article, guys, is that they're looking to give this money out to anyone over the age of 16. So if you got a driver's license, essentially, you're getting this $2K a month. This is just insane. Now, this hasn't passed. We have to, I just have to give you that fact. But I'm sure some version of this will pass once it gets in the House. If they vote on it and gets over to the Senate, some version of this will pass. Don't know what it is, but some version of this, I think, has to pass, because this coronavirus is going to be here quite longer than what they're telling you just yet. Just look at their actions. Don't listen to what they say. Look at their actions. Okay. We know this is on the way, and this is not even the one that's in the House or in the Senate right now trying to be passed to give people extra cash, or at least small businesses extra money. So the money printing is full force, and it ain't going nowhere. I'm just letting you guys know. Once you start down this direction, you can't stop. It's basically a black hole. I said this on my live stream. We're crossing the event horizon in monetary policy. It says here, the Emergency Money for the People Act, introduced by Representatives Tim Ryan and Ro Cannon, would give $2,000 a month to Americans over the age of 16 who make less than $130,000 a year. The payments would continue for at least 6 months and would last until unemployment falls to pre-corona levels. That's at least 2-3 years, in my opinion. I don't know. An article goes on to say, under the Emergency Money for the People Act, U.S. citizens who are 16 or older and make less than $130 a year would receive cash payments from the federal government for at least 6 months until unemployment falls to pre-pandemic levels. The bill was introduced, as I've stated, on Tuesday. And in addition to this $2,000 payments to adults, qualifying families would receive $500 with the money deliverable via direct deposit, check, or mobile apps such as Venmo. Oh, this is crazy, guys. This is absolutely crazy. The bill comes as the IRS is about to begin mailing out checks approved by the recent COVID-19 relief package. Those will come printed with President Donald Trump's name on them. It was revealed this week, but critics argue those checks aren't enough, which has forced more than 22 million people to file for unemployment over the last 4 weeks. A one-time $1,200 check isn't going to cut it, he said. Representative Khanna said Americans need sustained cash infusions for the duration of this crisis in order to come out of the other side alive, healthy, and ready to get back to work. So my issue with this is it needed? Is it about time that the average Joe gets a bailout? Sure. But what about people that make over $130,000? Those are still people that need help in some form or fashion. Whether, $2,000 may not be enough. They need to maybe increase it for those individuals between $130,000 and, I don't know, let's say $250,000. If you live in New York, $130,000 ain't nothing. So it's just weird, putting a cap from a revenue or how much you make per year standpoint may not be the best way to do it. But what I think is happening here, guys, and I've stated this before, you have to look at what they're doing, not what they're saying. That means if they think they're going to have a monthly infusion of cash to almost all Americans, that should let you know right now this is real. The virus is a very, very big threat to the global economy, and we may not be back to normal for very long periods of time. I'm talking 12, 16, 18 months, maybe even longer, depending when the vaccine comes out. I'm concerned about and skeptical of the vaccine. Is it really going to work? There are new studies showing that the coronavirus, the way it behaves, is similar to other coronaviruses in its family. The common cold is a coronavirus. It's very similar to that. So having a vaccine for that may be very tricky. It attacks various receptors. We're finding out it doesn't just attack the ACE2 receptors. It also attacks what's called the CD147 receptor, which is part of the T cell. So that's in your blood. It's almost an HIV autoimmune type situation. It's scary. This thing is crazy. And I think we have to pay attention to what they're doing, not what they're saying. But anyway, not to ramble too much about this, I think long term, and maybe even short term now, this is going to be very bullish for cryptos. Because now you have 2K on autopilot a month. And if people aren't even going outside, they're actually saving this money. Their marginal propensity to spend money is going to be low and go lower because they can't go anywhere. So what are they going to do with that money? They're going to save a decent chunk of it, but they're also going to start, the smart people, and only takes a small fraction of the population to do this. They're going to start buying gold. They're going to start buying cryptos. They're going to start buying hard assets. They're going to start buying guns, bullets, all that stuff. The prices are going to start creeping up. And it's only going to accelerate. It's going to be an exponential rate of increase. So that's what I think is on the way if something like this passes, which I'm pretty positive something, maybe not this much, who knows, but something like this is going to pass. You better believe it. So that is very positive for Bitcoin and cryptos, in my opinion. Also, out of AMB Crypto, Bitcoin's 2020 halving may not follow the same path as 2012 and 2016. Well, it already isn't following that path, but maybe things will change after the halving. It says Bitcoin's halving is in 26 days, and many predict that the top coin's price will likely skyrocket following the much anticipated event, just like it did during the previous halvings. As seen in the attached chart, the world's largest cryptocurrency price rose after the first and second halving. The notion that this will likely happen again is broadly the opinion of the larger community as well. However, Bitcoin Cash promoter Roger Ver thinks otherwise after he recently claimed that BTC will not follow the same pattern in 2020, noting that the blocks on BTC are full most of the time, unlike previous two halvings. Ver said whenever the blocks are full during the halving, a bunch of hash rate disappears, network congestion worsens, resulting in fees going up and transactions becoming unreliable. According to Ver, this will make people realize the drawbacks of investing in Bitcoin and push them towards migrating to another network, probably something like Bitcoin Cash. Oh, I'm so surprised he says that. Lately, many altcoins have outperformed Bitcoin in many ways: transaction speed, scalability, and privacy, among other things. Burr also said, I'm really excited to bring strong privacy to every Bitcoin Cash user with the Bitcoin.com wallet. And he said he thinks that'll be a big turning point for the ecosystem as well. In my opinion, I think many people like Roger Ver are missing the point. I think we're past that notion that we're going to use Bitcoin on a day-to-day basis as a community as a whole. I don't think we're even thinking about that anymore. It literally is about just storing wealth, getting some of your cash and your wealth outside of these traditional markets as they crumble in front of our eyes. So it's not even a comparison of who's faster, who's more private. It ain't about that, in my opinion. It's not about that at all. It's simply about exiting and fleeing this crumbling monetary system that's happening actually faster than I thought it would. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. So I don't think that's going to be a problem for Bitcoin as far as speed and privacy. We'll have to see, but that's just my take on it. Bitcoin Cash will probably do well as in addition to Bitcoin, Litecoin, all of them, all the altcoins that have survived the first altcoin death spiral. I think will do decently well, and actually might do percentage-wise do better than Bitcoin. That's just my 2 satoshis on it. And then last article for today, guys, Decrypt Media. Ethereum shoots up 10% as institutional investors line up. Ethereum has caught the eye of institutional investors at Grayscale in a big way, and the market appears to be responding to the news. So it looks like Ethereum, who is the second largest market cap cryptocurrency, is having a good day. The price of ETH has increased more than 10% in the past 24 hours. It's a marked turnaround for the crypto, which just last Wednesday was trading below 157. Why the surge? Well, it could be something to do with investors and their apparent fondness for Ethereum. Earlier today, New York-based investment firm Grayscale reported more Ethereum inflows this past quarter, a record 110 million than all previous inflows for the cryptocurrency. If that's not enough, Q1 reports from DApp Radar and DApp Review show Ethereum network is thriving even as rivals see diminishing users. Ethereum, unlike EOS and Tron, gained new users over the last year, a boost of 64% growth according to DApp Radar. And so here's the actual article talking about this Grayscale report. They said that Ethereum inflows reached record levels this quarter. Its Ethereum Trust saw over 110 million in quarterly inflows compared to combined inflows for the past 2 years of 95.8 million. The asset manager reported that it raised 503.7 million in total this quarter. So that is pretty bullish news, though in comparison to other investment classes, that's not a lot of money, but it is for cryptocurrency. So what does that mean? Is they're starting, it's only one firm, but that could be a domino effect to see more and more money come in as from a speculative standpoint. But I still think we're going to see one more low, maybe not a newer low, but at least one more downturn before we see that move up in cryptos. It's coming though. It's definitely coming. You can never get time the bottom. So I'm not saying you should not be in crypto at all. You definitely should have some skin in the game, in my opinion. I think once this money, this stimulus, QE hits Main Street, it's going to be on for a whole bunch of things, including crypto. So we'll have to see what happens. Let me know your thoughts on this. Is Ethereum still the number 1 or number 2 contender? Do you have it? What are your thoughts about Ethereum? Let me know in the comments below. But hey, that's it for today, ladies and gents. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Click that bell and show some support. And shout out again to my YouTube premium member, Aircoins Lee, for that song request, Vanilla Ice Ninja Rap. I'm out of here, people. Be safe. How?